And special promotions, winter media, spring and fall advertising. This is based, this grant request is based on the program we did last year, but I will say that I fully expect it will have some modifications as a result of our community branding, some additional market research we're going to do, and see how we can best cost effectively spend our money. And then, of course, we're happy to have the Governor's Conference next year in Sun Valley. So we have a little money in there to help us some transportation for day tours or any of those hospitality needs that might arise to make sure everybody has a great time. I mean, that's sort of short and sweet. I'd be happy to go into any details on any of this with any of you. Any other questions?
Questions?
Carol, I was glad to see that Haley is coming aboard with you again for the second year. And you have it in here this year?
No, that was our mistake last year.
Right, but this year you do?
This year Haley will be applying for a separate grant.
Right.
And it will be strictly for the getaway guide.
Yeah. And that's earmarked right for you guys to put in there for sure. Okay, great. And then what is the...
We learn.
What is the air service promotion? Is that the magazines?
That is whatever, if we ever get new air service, Frontier, I mean, it'll be allocated for winter for air. It'll be either supporting the current service we have, or we have kind of a line item in there with the hopes. And this is, you know, if you guys have been reading about Frontier, I mean, the whole airline industry is so up in the air, but as far as we know, we're still on the short list for Frontier to announce service. So it could happen by as early as this winter. And so we didn't want to, you know, be cut, you know, day late and dollar short and have no money. Because if we've got new service, Denver, Sun Valley, there's going to be some feeder markets. We're going to have to spend a lot more than this on that, and I have some reliable too.
Carol, this is a great grant application. And one of the things that has really surprised me is I kind of have been tried to look at the state's program and look at the percentage of money that we spend on internet advertising as opposed to the community's grants that are out there. And if you look at them, there's very little internet money spent. I mean, I think Boise's was $10,000 that they had on it. And I guess I've kind of been a little critical of Coeur d'Alene for not doing more internet advertising. You have a pretty big chunk. What was it, 70,000 or something like that?
Between the, yeah, it's like 45.
And you've done an absolutely wonderful job of your newsletters. I get those a couple times a week or something, it seems like, which is just great. But any comments for community? I mean, how does the internet work for you? And yeah, we haven't seen other communities.
You know, it's one of those things that we're still working on tracking, but because people, like I said, the phone stats are a great example. If we're looking at all the different promotions and they're on regional ads and they're on national ads, and you know, we're tracking all the calls. Now, I mean, there's, you know how it is with image advertising, that's hard to track, but if the highest percentage of our phone calls are coming off of our website, it means people are doing their research online. So I think for us, the key is to find those people, like the Food and Wine Festival. All right, we have a limited amount of advertising. We have some media partners, but are we going to go place, you know, full page ads for 15 grand a piece in Bon Appetit? No. We're going to try to find partners with sponsors. We're going to tap into the ITC email list. We're going to try to buy email lists and do more email marketing, buy buttons on websites that, you know, there's like chowhan.com, and you know, where foodies go and they talk to each other. It's just to me, it's where people are getting their information now. It doesn't mean that all print is bad. I mean, I think that's still important to see a few pictures and remind them, but that's why the search engines are so important, because I mean, you just look at how all of us get information. You Google it. You Google a word, you don't remember the .com or the .org, and if you're not sort of doing that search engine optimization, and someone says, you know, food and restaurants in Idaho, I mean, you're not gonna come up, so
Well,
I
you do-
think it is really
You
cool.
do a good job with it, so.
Anybody else?
I wish more people read our newsletters.
I read it.
I love it. I read it. No, it's like when you could measure how many people open them, and, I mean, we actually just set that up this year. We used to just send it out and go, God, I hope someone's reading this. You know, with our members, or the other thing we started to do, and I can't tell you how many of our members, businesses are doing that, but, every time we send out an email, that's a consumer email, you know, promoting, you know, what's going on this month, we send a copy to all of our members and say, please forward this on to your clients,
Oh, that's a good idea.
your customers, your friends. I mean, it just, for nothing.
That's a great
You
idea.
know, they need to be marketing too, and we just provided the ad
Yeah.
that they can send out. So, I'm hoping they're doing that. I haven't tracked it yet. I think we'll do some little survey or something at some point, but if they're not, so
Yep.
we gotta convince them to just help us.
Carol, would you have any objection to Haley's grant being rolled into yours with the understanding that that be their contribution towards the visitor guide?
No, but I just don't want to have.
Oh, I understand,
From
but,
last year. Yeah.
then they'd have to come up with the match, and I have reservations about that. I know you easily come up with the match.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's, and I think they would be fine with that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Carol. Appreciate you coming down.
Thank you.
Okay.